Good morning, everyone, and welcome to our Heavenly Parent Holy Community, Oceania Hundoke, together with Reverend Yutaka Yamada. Today is Friday, the 10th of January 2025, or the 11th of December in the 12th year of Chongelguk. Thank you all for coming, and let's begin with a bow to our true parents of heaven, earth, and humankind, Chanji Champuninge Kyombe. Haru. And let's recite our family pledge, both in Korean and English.
가전맨세 6. 천일국 주인, 우리 가족은 참 사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참 부모님의 대신 가정으로서 손을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Family pledge number 6. Our family, the owner of Chongelguk, pledges to become a family that moves heavenly fortune by embodying the heavenly parent and true parents, and to perfect a family that conveys heaven's blessing to our community by centering on true love.
I'd like to ask Greg Hansen if he could offer the opening prayer, please.
Yes, please join me in prayer. Good morning, dearest Heavenly Parent and our beloved true parents of heaven and earth, all humankind. Heavenly Parent, yes, today we're looking forward to hearing your words again, given to us through true parents, and opening our hearts and minds so that we can continue and develop and embrace you, comfort you on this course. So, Heavenly Parent, we want to ask that you give us all the things we need, the courage and the strength to continue. And we try each day to become better, and we feel this growth happening. We feel that we are entering this new age, this golden age. And we're very grateful for you sending the true parents to us. And we'd like to tell many people about the blessing and about the true parents' principles, the fact that the Christianity was designed or set up for the coming of the daughter of the Messiah, the only begotten daughter, that the history we didn't understand so clearly when Jesus came, that he should have found a bride, and that Christianity needs to understand this new truth. So, Heavenly Parent, we want to explain this to people. We want to make friends, go out in our communities and to form strong connections so we can bring people to the blessing, especially now as we're preparing for the April opening of the Chongwongun and Chongil Sanctum, and we'd like to do our best for that. So we're praying for protection for the true mother's family, and we're praying that the brothers and sisters all around Oceania, we can join together in love, in a bond of brotherhood or universal brotherhood. And Heavenly Parent, we want to offer you this time and pray this in my name, Greg Hansen, from our Blessed Central Family. Thank
you. Let's give a warm welcome to Reverend Yutaka as he shares this morning. Thank you.
Good morning, brothers and sisters. Thank you for joining today's morning Hundoke. Today also we'll begin the new day. Let's put our Johnson and heart and have a great time. So thank you. 3 days ago, there was the Cheonilguk leaders meeting centering on President Yoon Chong-son. And at that moment, we discussed about the updating and also content about April special event. And also, he shared the providence centering on our true mother, and also the things which are going on in Korea. So he also explained about the motto which was given by true mother, and also responsibility for chosen people of all blessed family in the world. So knowing these contents will be very important. And also this education material was given to our leaders. So I believe, we hope all leaders please also share these contents to our brothers and sisters. Maybe this Sunday service time is good moment. So national leader, please also prepare well. And Australia side, we are now in Melbourne, and we can organize also the national service, and Reverend John also can share well. So another country, please also share those contents which was given by President Son. So each center, Sydney side, Peace Embassy, each centers please gather together and also listen those contents well. Okay, and next, PCLC 21st online fellowship. God's kingdom is a family kingdom. So it will be held on Tuesday, January 28th. So this contents is also good contents. Please also guide your clergies, pastors, and also invite yourself. And let's create this atmosphere and support and find a way how to guide the Christianity to our Heavenly Parent and to parents. So this weekend, after 3 weeks, I think, please also join well. And today is Friday, so tonight we will have a Chonshimon prayer. So please also join well. And also after Fundok, we will have a breakout session. Please join the breakout session together. Thank you. So today's message is from Chan Sang-gyeon. This is the book 7, Earthly Life and the Spirit World. Chapter 1, the nature of life and death, the meaning of death. So we will share together. So please see this title, the meaning of death. What to think? Already we can imagine this title itself is great content. Someone can answer the things, the meaning of death. So let's study together. Mrs. Na, please.
Section 3, the meaning of death. We wish to resemble God, and it is only natural that God would cherish the hope that we would resemble him as his sons and daughters. For this, human beings must be born again, assuming a form that can resemble God. God and human beings are eagerly waiting for the day on which they can fly together forever. The day of our death, when we discard our physical body, is the day when we are reborn as people who can fly. That being so, should we welcome death or grieve over it? Naturally, we should welcome it. And when we die, what are we dying for? We should declare that our death will be for God's true love, that is, love for the sake of others. If this is so for us, we will shed our physical body in order to participate in the realm of activity of God's infinite love, and for the sake of the world of God's love.
Yes, thank you. A starting point of creation and also our life is the God, our Heavenly Parent. And what is the hope? What is also expectation by God and Heavenly Parents to us? this is the things for us to grow up on this earth and going to the spiritual world and finally spend or stay together with Heavenly Parent eternally, spend the time, the happy, beautiful moment with our Heavenly Parent eternally in the spiritual world. So Father said, God and human beings are eagerly waiting for the day on which they can fly together forever. The day of our death, when we discard our physical body, is the day when we are reborn as people who can fly. That being so, should we welcome death or grieve over it? Naturally, we should welcome it. So Father is also explaining about the day of death. That day is the day to remove or shed our physical body and to go to the spiritual world. So the day of death, we have to understand or recognize again this day is the special day. And also, Father said, we should welcome that day of the death. So how much have you thought about death? How much have you thought about spiritual world? Please think about this. Maybe you are teenager or 20 ages, second generation or young peoples. How much seriously think about death? Maybe many of young people are thinking we can live until 80 years old, 90 years old. Some naturally people are thinking like this. Then how about 40s or 50s? The person who are 40 or 50 years old, how much seriously thinking about death? And how about the person who are 70 or 80 years old? Have you thought or are you thinking about the day of death or ending day of our life? And how do you wait for that day? Are you waiting for the day of death with exciting moment, exciting feeling, or a kind of worriness or fearness? Now our human beings are the fallen state under the satanic dominion. Our relationship with God was cut off. That's why we could not recognize the original world. We could not recognize the existence of spiritual world. So the day of death is giving the fearness to ourselves. So how do we prepare well? And how we will go forward centering on that day? This is exactly our purpose of our life and purpose on this earth. Please.
If you fall sick and are about to die, you typically lapse into a coma. You are in a state in which you are not sure if you are dead or alive. While there in the spirit world, you see everything about the place where you will live. Your friends and relatives who are already there come and greet you. The vast kingdom of heaven that unfolds before your eyes is so dazzling and splendid that you exclaim, I should hurry up and come here. Your life continues and eventually you transition to that world. As you head toward different places, each better than the last, you pass through a first, a second, and a third gate and enter the next world, where you are welcomed. Death is not something that should dismay or dishearten you. You are not going down instead. You are making a leap. In short, you ascend. Therefore, you should not fear death. Death comes in accordance with the natural cyclic law as the process of moving you to a better world.
Yes, thank you. Father said, death is not something that should dismay or dishearten you. You are not going down. Instead, you are making a leap. In short, you ascend. Therefore, you should not fear death. Death comes in accordance with a natural cycle law as the process of moving you to a better world. So this is some kind of the encouragement of our true parents. So next world is the happiness or beautiful place. So I want to ask also one question. Have you visited spiritual world before someone? Sometimes you also see the drama or news. Someone went to the spiritual world few hours and came back. Then that person's life will be totally changed. So knowing spiritual world, this is also kind of the giving the changingness of our life itself. So once again, what is the purpose? What is our destiny of life on this earth? This is the preparation for going to the spiritual world and preparation for the eternal life. So it's really the important content. Please.
Beginning a new life. People generally think that everything ends when we die, but that is not the case. Because there is a spirit world, life continues as it is. While on earth, you need to prepare to enter the spirit world. Since you breathe love in the spirit world, in order to breathe freely there, you should keep love at the center of your life on earth. If you do not center on love during your physical life, you will be unable to breathe freely in the spirit world. Because the spirit world is a world where you breathe love, you can think of it as a world in which love is your air, Your second new beginning is referred to as death. Hence, there is nothing to fear. Death opens the door to a new beginning.
Yes, thank you. People generally think that everything ends when we die, but that is not the case. Because there is a spirit world, life continues as it is. While on earth, you need to prepare to enter the spirit world. So knowing the existence of the spiritual world is important for our life. So let's also think again. If we go to the spiritual world now, what kind of place will we go? So how often or how deep do we think about life of spiritual world? This is the new start and the new departure of new life. So when I prepared during I was preparing this Fundok content, also I was thinking about a spiritual world. So for example, if I go to the spiritual world, then what's happened about relationship with my family? I already received a blessing and I have 4 daughters. Youngest one is a primary school, eldest is now university. So each person different age. But in the future, if I go to the spiritual world, then maybe they are coming to the spiritual world later. Then how do we meet each other? Now they are kids, but of course after 30 years, they grow up. Or after 50 years, maybe they became also the grandmother age. Then when we meet with them in the spiritual world, how do we meet? They are children or they are kind of the adult phase or grandmother phase, and how about myself? And if we meet my parent or our parents or our ancestors, how do they appear to in front of us? What kind of age? Old age, younger age, youth age, or children's age? That's why I'm curious these things. I think I read some part of the True Parents message. When we go to the spiritual world, we will live the best age in our life. So that's why when we meet in friend, when we meet the family, how we will meet, how we will see, how we will spend the time. So when I think about the spiritual world, somehow it also exciting contents, and also we can create, we can imagine many kind of life about spiritual world. Please.
Between life and death, which is stronger? Is life stronger than death, or is death stronger than life? In Satan's world, death is stronger than life. After coming to know God's will, you should not dread having to die. Only by dying can you resurrect. So what is the death mentioned in the Bible referring to? It does not signify ending our eternal life that comes from God. Instead, it means ending the life we inherited through the fallen lineage of Satan's world. This is why those who seek to lose their life for God's will shall find it.
Yes. What's meaning of death or meaning of dying in our life? Father also talking that we should not afraid about death. After coming to know God's will, you should not dread having to die. Only by dying can you resurrect. So we can also understand the meaning of death. Please.
At the end of our physical life, we go through a second birth. This is death. The place where we experience our second birth, the place where we go after death, is the spirit world. As we enter that world, God, who is our third parent, bestows upon us true love that represents the entire universe. We are supplied with the true love of God's ideal. That is why unity will surely be achieved in the spirit world. At the moment of death, we leave behind our second world, the world of air, and we need to connect with our third world, the new world where we are designed to breathe love. We leave behind the love of our parents and of our siblings, go to the spirit world, and ultimately enter the world of true love in harmony with God, the original being. Since the original being planted the seed, the fruit needs to return to the original being.
Yes, thank you. So if we go to the spiritual world, a new life will be beginning. So there is interesting sentence here. He said, as we enter that world, God, who is our third parent, bestows upon us true love that represents the entire universe. We are supplied with the true love of God's ideal. That is why unity will surely be achieved in the spirit world. So Father is talking that if we go to the spiritual world, unity will surely be achieved in the spirit world. So why Father is talking like this? Because if we go to the spiritual world, we could recognize existence of God, and also we could understand, of course, the existence of spiritual world. True love. This true love is coming from God, and all essence, all source or resources are coming from God. That's why people cannot ignore God or cannot avoid God. We could also can feel the heart and also existence and also love from God. Then how can we establish the relationship with God, with our Heavenly Parent? This become the key point of our life. Please.
The reason we die is that our ability to love as our physical body is limited. If we want to possess the true authority of God's boundless true love as its object partner, our limited physical body will not suffice. This is why we need to transform into an incorporeal spirit. We do so to share the ideal of love equally with all of heaven and earth. For this reason, the moment of our death is not the doorway to a path of pain. It opens the door to happiness through which we can possess universal true love. Death signifies the transition from the earthly world, where we can only crawl and walk, to a world where we can live and fly freely. To qualify as a traveler who can enjoy true love with the entire universe as his or her stage, and to enter that world, we are made to pass through death. Death is nothing less than being born anew.
Yes, thank you. This concept is also the new concept. I will read the first part again. Father said, the reason we die is that our ability to love in our physical body is limited. If we want to possess the true authority of God's boundless true love as his object partner, our limited physical body will not suffice. That is why we need to transform into an incorporeal spirit. So he's also explaining that God is planning, expecting for us to live unlimited true love life. That's why when we end the life on this earth and going to the spiritual world, we can become unlimited status. So going to the spiritual world meaning is kind of also the liberation of our limitation. So through listening these things, we can see dying and also going to the next world is actually the beautiful, great, or exciting things. Please.
Someday we will discard our physical body and go to the spirit world. As human beings born into this world, we need to be prepared for death. We need to endure hardships through which we develop good character. That will become our true self in the eternal world. You will be born as a good and healthy baby only if you receive good prenatal care inside your mother's womb. Your life on earth is similar to your life in the womb. So you need to model yourself after God's external form and divine character in order to grow properly. And even when you are fully grown, you need to overcome obstacles at the risk of your life.
Yes, thank you. Father is also talking about the life and preparation in the mother's womb. At that moment, we prepared well. That's why when we were born on this earth, we are spending the good time on this earth. So in the same way, in order to enter to the spiritual world, we have to prepare well on this earth. So have to effort, have to invest, and have to prepare. And we have to have the right or correct life or light life on this earth. So this is also the great guidance. And he said, even when you are fully grown, you need to overcome obstacles at the risk of your life. So many situations, many obstacles, many challenging moments will be coming to our life, but we have to deal with those things well and also have to overcome well. Please.
Because our death is a second birth, it is not something tragic. If Adam and Eve had not fallen, they would have lived in the realm of resonance with God. Their body and mind would have been in resonance. When we live on earth centering on love, we achieve love that has the same standard wavelength as the love of the spirit world. As we do so, we can perceive the spirit world while living on earth. Just as we are born of our parents on earth, live together with them and learn from them, and thus perfect our life on earth, we are born again, centering on God, the parent of love in the heavenly world. We who have perfected the 5 spiritual senses live together with our heavenly parent in the eternal world of God, of love, as God's sons and daughters, his friends and his body. That is why death is not the end. Death enables us to smash the boundaries between the limited world and the infinite world. By dying, we cross that summit, entering our second life.
Yes, he said, because our death is a second birth, it is not something tragic. If Adam and Eve had not fallen, they would have lived in a realm of resonance with God. So we should totally change our concept of death or day of death. This the moment of dying is the moment of starting the new life or second birth. So we can say the dying day is the second birthday. So we can start the life with God and Heavenly Parent. And also this is the way to go to the eternal, the happiness moment. He said, we who have perfected the 5 spiritual senses live together with our Heavenly Parent in the eternal world of love as God's sons and daughters, his friends and his body. That is why death is not the end. Death enables us to smash the boundaries between the limited world and the infinite world. By dying, we cross that summit, entering our second life. So what do you think? Please deeply think about this word, and also please ask yourself about this content. So final slide today, please.
Death is similar to coming out of the womb, where we lived in a world of water and in the process destroying the umbilical cord and the amniotic sac. Death is our second birth. It is our departure from this limited world where we breathe through our nose, and our arrival in the place where we can receive God's love. That is what death is. This is why we have a first ancestor and a second ancestor. Our path of life is such that we leave this world where we receive our parents' love, and we seek out the place of the love of God, our infinite and eternal parent. Embraced in God's bosom, we form bonds of infinite life and love and return to the original homeland where we can live eternally. There we breathe love, just as we breathe air now. We originated from God, and by achieving this real authority of love, we incarnate God. In love, our value is equal.
Yes, thank you. So how beautiful that this is, and also the hopeful. So somehow we can say purpose of God's creation is to go to the spiritual world and live together with God. So life on this earth, earthly life is of course important for preparing for the next world. But where is the final destination? Where is the original God's purpose of creation? This is the things for all humanity to go to the spiritual world and live there eternally with Heavenly Parent. That's why knowing God's plan, God's wish, and also God's hope, especially the meaning of existence of spiritual world and also life on this earth, we understand clearly, recognize this meaning. This is also important for our life. So today's Fundo content, there are many important things. So we have to pray deeply, think, and also imagine about these things. What is the spiritual world? And what kind of life do we have in the future? So, and what kind of attitude do we have toward death and toward our life of spiritual world? What was my thinking? And also the concept. Those things are same concept with God or God's plan or not. So when we pray or think well, then we can also realize the existence of meaning and also heart of God and heart of heavenly parent. So today's topic that what is death? This is important question to ask. So instead of avoiding this question, we have to think and accept, and we will prepare for this day of death or new life. So each day is the important preparation time period, yesterday and today and for tomorrow. So those moments is the precious time. So let's do our best and connect with our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. And of course, our now current providence is important during our earthly lifetime. So let's also do our best and offer the happiness to our Heavenly Parent and True Parents. Thank you for joining today's morning Hundo K. Have a great time. 감사합니다.
Kamsahamnida, thank you very much, as always, Rev Yutaka, for sharing with us. And as you mentioned, today is Friday, and we have our breakout rooms. It's the 3 rooms, the first room for witnessing, the second for peace and security, and the third for PCLC. So I'll just create those rooms. And 1 second. Yes, and just join the room you wish. Well, welcome back. Sorry to cut people off, and thank you. Thank you, everyone. It's time for us to do our unison prayer. So I'll just share the screen. Thank you, everyone. Jew. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for sharing. Thank you again, Reverend Yutaka, for sharing with us. And I hope everyone has a great day and see you all again tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.
You have a great day.
Sorry, Kathy, cut you off. I hope.
No problem.